I want to welcome you all to our annual Forever in Our Heart ceremony for pregnancy and infant loss, remembering our children who we have lost. Tonight we also join the wave of light. On this day across the globe, grieving parents are lighting candles at 7 p.m. in every time zone. Bless you. That creates a wave of light that will circle the globe to bring awareness to pregnancy and infant loss. Many of you may know me. A lot of you have come up and said hi, and I appreciate that. But for those who don't know me, my name is Gary Vogel, and it is my honor to be the president of the Angel of Hope of Central Florida and to be with you here tonight. On behalf of the Angel of Hope of Central Florida, we are honored that you chose to attend our ceremony. We gather here tonight to remember and honor our children, not how we lost them. We gather on this date because in 1982, President Ronald Reagan dedicated October as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Month. And in 2006, Congress dedicated today, October 15th, as a National Day of Remembrance for Pregnancy and Infant Loss, which is why we meet here tonight on that day. Let me acknowledge a couple of people without whom this statue wouldn't exist and without whom we wouldn't all be here tonight. First of all, the support we receive from the City of Altamont Springs, Mayor Pat Bates, the City Commission, the Parks Department that takes very good care of our site, David Perkins, who is our liaison with the city, Baldwin Fairchild, Funeral Homes and Cemeteries, Advent Health, the SIDS Alliance of Florida, Noelle Moore, who I saw earlier this evening, of the Finley Project, for her continued support over the years, Margaret Pallon, Reflections Grief and Wellness Center. We welcome you tonight. Bob and Debbie Guizdala, who texted me a little while ago and said they were not able to be here tonight, but they donated the sound equipment years ago that we use for our ceremonies. And I thank all of you who are supporting our mission, especially here tonight. I want to acknowledge the board of directors for the Angel of Hope. We're all volunteers, and for us, being here with you is our mission, but it's also personal. We host these ceremonies as a way of honoring our own children, as well as remembering all of yours. We're going to do something a little different tonight. Margaret? Thanks to our friendship with Margaret Pallon, who's the executive director of Reflections Grief and Wellness Center, we're going to incorporate a 5 candles segment into our ceremony.
Good evening. The candles we light tonight symbolize the path that we walk. One for our grief, one for our courage, one for our memories of the past and longing for the future, one for our everlasting love, and one for our hope. We light this first candle as it represents our grief. The pain of losing you is as intense as our love for you. We light this candle to honor this pain and grief as we continue to mourn. We light this second candle for our courage to confront our sorrow, to face each day without you, the courage to comfort others in our shared sorrows, the courage to speak their names, and the courage to continue to heal forward even when our hearts are heavy. We light the third candle in your memory, from the joy of the positive pregnancy test to the anticipation of holding you, to the heartbreak of saying goodbye way too soon. Every moment we had with you is a gift, and your story will always be remembered and loved. We light the fourth candle for our love, the love that has no boundaries, no end, and no conditions. As we enter this holiday season, Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, Thanksgiving, and our December holidays, we light this candle for the love and gratitude we hold for you. We light this candle for the light that you shine so brightly through us, illuminating the love that continues to flow. And we light this fifth candle for hope. Hope that your life, though brief, will continue to make a difference in this world and shine through all of us and all who are present here today. Their light always remains.
Thank you, Margaret. That was beautiful. Would have been more beautiful if we'd actually had candles. I'm going to make a note to myself next year to do a backup of LED candles. There you go. It's always good to have a backup. Our first reading tonight is entitled Take Them With You by Donna Ashworth and will be read by Karina Janalko, one of our board members.
Take them with you. If someone you love did not make it on that trip, you can take it for them, with them. If someone you love did not witness that milestone, you can show them anytime you like. If someone you love did not get to do their living, you can finish those dreams on their behalf. The beautiful thing about love, you see, is that death need not stop life. If you carry someone in your heart, you can take them with you anywhere you like.
Thank you, Karina. We started off tonight with a beautiful rendition of Over the Rainbow. And we've always used music in our ceremonies because music touches us in ways that spoken words cannot. That's why we've always incorporated music into our ceremonies. Our first song tonight will be Who You'd Be Today by Kenny Chesney. We are joined tonight by Mika Castillo, a music therapist at Advent Health Orlando, who will perform this beautiful song for us.
Sunny days seem to hurt the most, wear the pain like a heavy coat. I feel you everywhere I go. See your smile, I see your face, hear you laughing in the rain. Still can't believe you're gone. It ain't fair you died too young, like a story that had just begun, but death tore the pages all away. God knows how I miss you, all the pain that I've been through, just knowing no one could take your place. Sometimes I wonder who you'd be today. Would you see the world? Would you chase your dreams? Settle down with a family? I wonder what you would name your babies. Some days the sky's so blue, I feel like I can talk to you. And I know it might sound crazy, it ain't fair you died too young, like a story that had just begun, but death tore the pages all away. God knows how I miss you, all the pain that I've been through, just knowing no one could take your place. Sometimes I Sunny days seem to hurt the most. I wear the pain like a heavy coat. The only thing that gives me hope is I know I'll see you again someday. Someday.
Thank you, Mika. There are many of those of you who are here tonight that are here for the first time. And you may be wondering, why here? Why in front of this statue? So let me tell you my favorite story. Those of you who have been here before and you've heard this story, bear with me. But I am getting shorter. Been working on that. It's a story of never-ending love that a parent has for their child. It's a story of resiliency and incorporation. In the early 1990s, Richard Paul Evans wrote a story called The Christmas Box. We had some of the books over there on the table, as a matter of fact. He didn't write it to be published. He actually wrote it as a bedtime story for his own children. But he eventually self-published it, and it was later bought by a major publishing company and became a bestseller. In the story, the main character, an elderly woman, has a young family that lives with her to manage her estate. The woman disappears from time to time with no explanation as to where she has been. Upon her death, the young family finds the Christmas box. The Christmas box is actually a memory box filled with mementos of her daughter, who had died many years earlier as a child. They also discovered that during the time she was missing, she was laying flowers at the statue of an angel that was in a cemetery behind her home. She was doing that in remembrance of her daughter. That statue was the Angel of Hope. As the book became more successful, Rick was often asked by grieving parents where the statue was. They wanted to remember their own children in the same way that the character had. The book is fiction. The statue didn't exist. But Rick eventually felt compelled to commission one. And he dedicated the first Angel of Hope statue on December the 6th, 1994, in his hometown of Salt Lake City. The date was chosen because it was the day the child in the book had died. He dedicated the statue to all grieving parents to remember their children, loved, missed, and remembered. People from all over the country attended that dedication and wanted to know how they could bring the statue to their community. An organic movement began on that night. Today, there's almost 200 of these statues scattered throughout the United States. There are 2 internationally, one in Japan and one in France. There are 9 statues right here in the state of Florida. Our statue came to be because Anthony and Kristen Bencomo came through my HEAL group after losing their daughter Gabriella. And after group one night, Kristen asked me if I knew about the statue, and I said no, hadn't heard of it. But I promised to research it. The next week, we met after group, and we made the commitment that night that we had to bring a statue to our community. We got some people to join us, and we started raising money. something we very quickly found out we were not very good at. But as we told people the story of the angel and shared with them our mission, we found people to be very supportive. And literally, they gave us money. And before we knew it, we had enough money to bring the statue to Central Florida. It's an amazing journey. It took us 15 months between the time that we all got together as a committee and the date that we brought this statue here. One of the people who joined us knew the city manager for the city of Altamont Springs, and we approached him with our idea. He directed us here to Sunshine Park. We set up a meeting here in the park, and all that you see now was here then, except the statue, of course. The sidewalk, the winding sidewalk, the trees, the courtyard, the benches, the planter was all here. And Mr. Penland said, "Would here be a good place for your statue?" Which at the time, the planter was empty. And just like that, our statue had found a home in the sunshine, which is what I thought this park was about. It was only then that Mr. Penland told us that the park is dedicated to Ursula Sunshine Assad, a little girl who died as a result of child abuse here in Altamont Springs. I remembered the story vaguely, and I couldn't imagine a better place for our statue, dedicated to remembering children who have died, than in a park named after a child who had died right here in this community. And we have made sure that she will not be forgotten. We dedicated this statue on December the 6th, 2010, to remember our own children and yours. We dedicated this statue with hope written in her right wing, because she represents hope to all of us. The hope that in our darkest time, that we can find a way forward. And let's be clear, this statue doesn't have the ability to give us hope. It represents hope. It puts us in touch with the hope that is within us. The hope that we can remember our children, not through our pain, but through our love for them. Recently, I was watching an episode of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. Yeah, I'm one of those. Captain Christopher Pike, the main character in that series, made a statement that stuck with me. He said, "No one we have ever loved is ever truly gone." That's a powerful statement. They're never truly gone. We know that grief is the price of love. We know that grief is a universal experience, but it's a journey that none of us are prepared for. We also know that our grief is unique because our loss is unique. Being a parent is a special experience that not everyone has. Being a bereaved parent is an even more unique experience, and an experience no one wants to have. We made a point a few minutes ago during the 5 candle ceremony that when our children became ours, we loved them immediately and completely. Therefore, they are never truly lost to us. We are still their parents. Even many years later, we are still their parents. Maybe in a different context, but no less their parent. I've always said that when you lose a child, you lose the opportunity to parent that child. But you don't lose the need to parent that child. So this journey of grief is about figuring out how to parent our child who's not with us physically. We are celebrating here our parenthood. Not the pain of it, but the love of it. We acknowledge that parents who have lost a child, all of us here tonight, are members of a unique subset of society. As I've put it for many years, we here are all members of the secret club, the club of grieving parents. But as illustrated by our being here tonight, we're not trying to hide our membership in this club. But we do choose when and where we make our membership public. Here, we are safe among our fellow group members to celebrate our children's lives, to remember them, and to honor them. We don't celebrate our membership in this club. We celebrate what our children mean to us. Notice I said mean, not meant. Present tense. They still mean a lot to us. For all of us, when we began this journey of being a parent, we knew that it would be transformative. But none of us had a clue as to how it would transform us. Most of us, with our innocence intact, believed that we were headed into a joyous time in our lives, having a baby, increasing the size of our family, parenting the child we had brought into the world, moving forward in the life we had planned with them. But we had no clue what was ahead for us. We were blindsided. Suddenly, our hopes and dreams for our future were shattered, and somehow, we knew we would never be the same. What we didn't know, however, is how we would be changed. What we couldn't know was that our children, always with us, only ever one thought away. What we could know is what they would teach us. So many life lessons they've taught us. Lessons of clarity as to how we spend our time and our energy. Lessons of serenity that comes from knowing exactly what we have control of and what we don't. Lessons of knowing to our core the strength of our own resiliency. They have taught us a deeper appreciation of life. They've put us in touch with our capacity for compassion and empathy, but even more importantly, our willingness to express those aspects of ourselves. They have taught us the lesson of the true meaning of gratitude. For most of us, myself included, thought we knew what gratitude was. And while my thinking about gratitude as a concept was pretty accurate, personally it was a shock to learn that the scope of my gratitude was actually pretty limited. I came to realize that gratitude doesn't just happen. It has to be consciously practiced. And it was by getting my consciousness involved that gratitude meant so much more to me. But most importantly, our children have taught us the lesson of love. We only thought we were prepared for the completeness of our love for our children. Most would say that a parent's love for their child is involuntary, and I would agree with that. But our children have taught us that love is so much more than we could have ever imagined. Our children helped us to realize that it's easy to love someone who can reciprocate it. It's easy to give the gift of our love to someone who can give it back. I think for many of us, it was a shock to learn that we could love so intensely and so purposefully that it didn't matter whether they could give it back or not. And that's, to me, the real lesson that our children have taught us about ourselves. Not just about our ability to love, but our capacity and our willingness to love. It hurts to love our children, but that doesn't stop us from loving them. And that's why we gather here, among our peers, to honor and remember our children. We honor the place they will always have in our hearts. As we move through the rest of our lives, we will always be grateful to them for what they have taught us. We honor them for the person we've become, thanks to them being in our lives. Our children have taught us volumes, and they have given us many gifts. But the one gift we gave to them is their name. Their name is their identity that we gave to them. Their name is proof that they existed. Their name is the ultimate gift of validation. As their parents, we find joy in hearing their name, especially in a public forum such as this one. And therefore, it is an honor for us in hosting this ceremony to read their names aloud so that you may hear them. One of the members of our board of directors, Anthony Bencomo, will now read the names of the children that have been provided to us for this ceremony. As your child's name is read, please feel free to come forward and enter the courtyard with your flowers or whatever other memento you might have brought with you. After you place your items with the statue, please circle around behind her and exit the same way you entered. We ask that you refrain from taking pictures during the placement of the flowers so as to maintain the flow of the names. We will remain here after our ceremony has concluded to allow pictures to be taken with your loved ones and the angel, and we'll stay here as long as we need to. Keeping in mind also that the angel is always at her most beautiful when all the flowers have been placed with her.
Jeremiah Montalvo, Summer Rose Botter, Rain Negron, Lincoln Xavier Collier, Timothy and Hope Lavier, Ella Marie Hardin, William Joe Lopez Sotomayor, Ethan Dean Taylor, Shelton Lucas Clark, Luke Allen Connor, and Brinley Elaine Connor, Caden Lane Scott, Viveka Grover, Donald Gerald Fernley, Sweet Pea 17, Peanut 87, Zoe Subasis, Pablo Sebastian Colroy, Kyle Gilbert, Dua Chowdhury, Elijah Douglas Hogate, Mila Ashley Santana, Joy Marie Castillo, Reese Kennedy, Candelaria and Babies, Antonio Jose Rodriguez, Daisy Lara Riscott Akano, Mercy Grace, Austin James Moss, Duncan Wolf, Santino Azarias Diaz, Anthony Gambardella V, Samuel Silas Ledford, Carter Lee Daly, Brooks Smith, Nicholas Sebastian Gallagher, and Sebastian Scott Gardner, Gideon Gray Burgos, Caitlin Robertson and Haven Lloyd, Caleb Andrew Penberthy, Dwayne Alvaro Frazier, Aria Isabella Vega, Julian Melendez, Briley Joe Foe, Rory Jimenez, Aurora Sky Jimenez, Kaylee Maria Cipolo, Eleanor Sue Lee, Emerson Michael Gano, Baby Wayman Sweet Pea, Jordan Luam Resakar, Camila Schwa Perez, Phoebe Suzanne Stark, Marion Alexander Carlock, Jaden Boykin, Jaden A. Boykin, Liam John Mosler, Cora Elizabeth Castoro, Jasper Eric, Josiah Jesse Bell, Mila Santana, Cicelo Yase Linares III, Nyla Harmony Williams, River Roman, Jax Taker Dean Dat, Sebastian Gardner, Julian Alexander Cruz, Cassandra May, Anya Pastor, Harlow Luca Abriela Prochaska, Gregory and Justin Weisner, Baby Naduhal, Mason Allen, Olivia Elise Ciano, Joey Scully, Izzy McGee, Dustin Lanham, Katrina Hamer, Madeline Pylan, Lucy Higa, Phoenix and Cambria, Alexa Jane Ruby, Arnie Thomas, Galaxy Alves, Riley Gross, Baby Dawson, Roman Christopher Peters, Santiago Miguel Melon, Emily Tanico, Nicholas James Incorvati, Ivan and Finley Davies, Jasper Yaden, Monty Costa Alberti, Kathy Soriano, Glenn Lamke, Finley Elizabeth Oblander, Jason Melcher, Kayla Janako, Chelsea Vogel, Gabriella Grace Bencomo. If there's a name I miss, misspelled or missaid, please feel free to come up and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to provide you and say their names. It is definitely an honor.
Thank you for participating in that portion of our ceremony. Our second song tonight is one we've used many times, actually. It has a special meaning for us because it actually describes what we do. Our second song tonight is In the Arms of the Angel by Sarah McLaughlin. A few years ago, we contacted Sarah McLaughlin and shared with her how we use her song. And she graciously endorsed our usage and gave us permission to use her song in our ceremonies. Her recognition of how we use her song is validating to our mission, and we're grateful for that. Just recently, I read an interview with her in which she was asked about this song specifically. This song is now 30 years old and has been connected to many issues. Many of us have seen it on television, for example, connected to the ASPCA. And she mentioned how it was an honor for her that her song represented so many situations. And she specifically mentioned the song representing the loss of a child. And for me, when I read that, I felt like she was talking directly to us here as we use her song.
Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction, oh beautiful release. Memories sweep from my veins, let me be empty and weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight in the arms of the angel. Fly away from here, from this tired of the straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. The storm keeps on twisting, keep on building the lies that you make up for all that you lack. It don't make no difference escaping one last time. It's easier to believe in the sweet madness of the glorious sadness that brings me to my knees. In the arms of the angel, fly away from me, from this dark corner tower, and the endlessness at your feet. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. You're in the arms of an angel. May you find some comfort here.
Looking at it, all of you with candles, it suddenly occurred to me, with holding a candle, it's kind of hard to clap, isn't it? Our second reading tonight is entitled Changed, and will be read by Anthony and Kristen Bencomo's daughter, Bella. As a board, we've watched Bella grow up over the years, and we're thrilled to have her join our ceremony tonight.
You changed me. You changed who I am. You changed who I will be. I'm forever changed because of you. You've taught me that love has no boundaries. You taught me that there is more to life than what I know. You taught me to really truly count my blessings. You taught me the strength of the bond between parent and child. Life is unpredictable. Life is about the love you share and the people you share it with. Life isn't easy, and there is pain beyond measure, but my life will continue even though your life is gone. I will continue so that I can change the lives of others the way you have forever changed mine.
Thank you, Bella. Our last reading is the one that we have used traditionally as the last reading, and will be read by Bella's mom, Kristen, as we remember them. This reading is in your program, and if you choose to, you can join in the chorus as we remember them.
In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them.
When we are lost or sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. When we have decisions too difficult to make, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based upon them, we remember them. So for as long as we live, they too shall live.
Thank you, Kristen. Always think about that sign, that one line in that reading, achievements that are based upon them. That's our statue. As I mentioned earlier, when we were working to bring the Angel of Hope to our community, we never did any fundraising events. We just shared our vision and our mission with as many people as we could, and people believed in our cause, and donations just came in. So as a board, we've made the decision to continue with that tradition of not hosting fundraising events and to depend upon the donations from people who identify with our mission. That decision has always served our needs. So as you leave here tonight, there's donation jars on the registration table. There's also a QR code in your program to make donations online. We thank you in advance for any amount. I want to thank everybody here, our board members, for their hard work, and all of you who have made tonight's ceremony a reality. We thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight. We welcome you to be with us again on December the 6th as we celebrate remembering children who have passed at any age. We also welcome you to join us next year on October the 15th for our pregnancy and infant loss ceremony. This concludes our ceremony for tonight. Please keep in mind that this park is open for visitors during daylight hours, 365 days a year. Please drive safe going home tonight. Thank you for being with us. Good night.